Okay, scholars, and welcome back to Handwriting and Story Mapping with Miss Samuel. We have completed the S, T, and O of my story, so we need to also work on the R and the Y, okay? So just to refresh our memory, we stopped with my little cousin really wanted a bearded dragon lizard, but they did not have it. Okay, now we need to move on to the R, the resolution part of our story. What happens? We know that they didn't have the bearded dragon lizard, so what did we do to resolve the problem? We're going to take a look at my story map, and we see here that it says, in the speech bubble. And it also says my keywords are local pet store. And it's myself, my little cousin, and the manager. We're talking to each other. What were we talking about, I wonder? What were we talking about? Oh, right, we were talking about going to a local pet store instead to see if they have it. So let's write that out. So I remember that when we were talking to the manager recommended that we call a local pet store. So I'm going to say the, capital T, the pet store manager, I know the phone man, what letter goes there? A, ger, told us to call a local means like nearby and in the area. Like if it's local something in Brooklyn, because that's where we live, you know, local pet store. And what happened after that? So we know that he told us to call this local pet store. What happened after that? Let's go back to our story map. So we know that we're onto our Y, a solution. And I see my two words are call and phone. And I see yay and smiles in the picture. Right. We went, after the manager told us to do that, we ended up calling the local pet store and they had it. So we're going to write a sentence. How about we went home and got on the phone to call a local pet store and found out that they had the bearded dragon lizard. Okay, here we go. We, capital W, we went home and called, who do we call? Who do we call? A local pet store. And called a local pet store. And then what happened? So we called a local pet store. We found out that they had the lizard, right? How are we feeling? How are we feeling? We were super excited. We were super excited. Why? Excited because they had the bearded dragon lizard. Bearded dragon lizard. Excellent, friends. So let us read our entire story together. Here we go. A dog, a bird, catchy opening. My little cousin was not sure what pet to pick. My little cousin and I asked the manager at the pet store for help. My little cousin really wanted a bearded dragon lizard, but they did not have it. Oh no. Okay, moving on. The pet store manager told us to call a local pet store. What happens next? We went home and called a local pet store. We were super excited because they had the bearded dragon lizard. Excellent, friends. Thank you for helping me complete my story, finding a pet. Make sure to always put a title and always write who it's by. Miss Samuel forgot to put that there. So now for homework, you know what to do. You're completing the end of your story, which is the R and the Y. Then you're going to put it all together. Draw a picture at the end. Make sure you show your family members your story map, okay, and read it out loud to them. It's truly nice to share your stories once they come together. Bye, friends.